Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm doing market analysis, some price action here and there, and we're just gonna do a quick weekly overview, see what to expect, or what we can possibly expect for this upcoming week, see if there's any opportunities that we can take. I did some markups, but I'm just gonna show you guys what I came up with based on my markups. So I'm gonna share my screen, then we can start taking a look. Um, yeah, giving me a hard time. All right, here it is. All right, so this is gold versus the euro. I recently added this to my chart and I did take some profit out of this pair. So it's actually a decent type of but you really have to be on point when it comes to these. Obviously, these are volatile pairs that we're looking at. Gold and silver and whatnot. It's strictly price action. So when you start learning how the market works, you can see the daily. This is the low for the daily. This is the high. Then this is the low. So price came on the daily. Price was here, dropped down here, came up here, pulled back, came up here, and then price eventually closed down here. Now we're looking for a retest. Short here, sell, target the low. So that's my analysis for this pair. I'm just waiting for my setup on a lower time frame to take into effect so that I can enter the trade. I'll show you guys how it looks like on the 1 hour. So I'm still waiting. As you can see, um, we're in Asian session right now. So I would anticipate that since we're in Asian session, this is my Asian session indicator. It tells me when price opened for Asian and when price closes because this indicator it gives me an idea because a lot of times you'll see Asian highs and lows get taken out. Like for example, you can see Asian high here got swept above here, Asian high got swept down here as well, and then it closed with this huge 15 or 30-minute candle. So I'm anticipating for price to come back into here, show me some confirmation that we're going to be pushing down, and then I'm going to let it ride for 1 to 13 risk to reward. Target this right here, this low. Right there. Um, yeah, 4 hour seems like we're bearish on the 4 hour, starting to make some new lows. So I'm just waiting. That's how gold versus the euro looks. USD JPY. I'm actually in this trade. I shorted right around here, and this is a 1 to 5. So I only go for at least 1 to 3s. Like I tell you guys on almost every one of my videos, I'm only going for 1 to 3s so that I can have a good feeling about, getting into my trades. Sometimes, it might take some time for me to look for a 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 like this one. It might take me a little while, but it's worth it. The results based on my TradeZella, my journal, my trading journal that I show you guys, you can clearly see that there's improvement, and that's really all that matters because it's a you versus you mentality. It's a you versus you gamble in trading because we are gambling, even though we have some edges here and there. So I'm in here and we're likely gonna push down. Obviously, there's some imbalance right here. It should just get filled in, and then I'm expecting that it'll probably by like 9:30 before 10 o'clock. Price might sell off. immediately and then drop. Um, yeah, so that's how that looks. USD Chef. I'm anticipating price to do this, but the spreads were about 130 once Mark opened. It probably dropped down now, but since I entered a USD pair, a USD trade already, I'm not interested in jumping into the markets for another USD pair. I'm gonna allow USD JPY to play out. If it goes in my favor, it goes in my favor. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll move on. So yeah, those are those three pairs. All right, silver is, I'm also waiting for silver to push up into here. The daily time frame for silver is daily time frame is overall bullish. And my area of interest is going to be here. So this is a key level because we have a lot of daily price action going on, daily support going on in this area, which is why it's my daily area of interest. And obviously there's more reasons, but to cut it short, daily is bullish. Weekly is also bullish. If we look at the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour is bearish. And since we created a low, then we created a high, then we created a low, then we created a high, then we created a low, and then we dropped down to like the 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, this huge 15-minute candle. I'm anticipating for it to give us about a 1 to 5, but for us to stay more conservative without having to take any L's right before price might, get extremely volatile or completely go in the opposite direction. I'm just, I'm not going to be greedy and I'm going to just target this low right here because it still gives us about a 1 to 3, at least a 1 to 3. So 1 to 3.29, which is a good, decent um amount. I could potentially even take it, the trade all the way up here and give us, it'll could still potentially give us a 1 to 5. I'm just waiting for some more time to come and maybe London open. It's 8:03 right now, PM Eastern time. So maybe London open price might give us a, still consolidate right here, push up, and then start making some new lows. I'm gonna see how that goes, give you guys some updates on that later. Nasdaq, you can see clearly making some newer highs. Price is definitely not gonna be anytime soon coming back. I don't imagine, but it did create, I see it created this low right here. This is a low. Price just might, I wouldn't even say that for Asian it's consolidating. It doesn't seem like it's consolidating. More so, this might be the manipulation. And then for a London session, price might start accumulating, so consolidating. And then New York, it might just go like that, start making some highs. That's what price might do. But yeah, that is my target of where I think price is on its way to. I strongly believe that price is on its way to making its way to around somewhere below this area. So I don't think price would go above 21,000. And for now, price is not going to be going anywhere near 19,000. So price is headed to at least, this is the daily high, this is the daily low, drop down to the 8 hour, and then We can see if we're looking for some imbalances in the market, we can see there's price imbalance here on the 4 hour time frame, and there's also some imbalance on the 4 hour time frame here. I would say we should look at daily areas of interest. If we look at daily areas of interest, then we can see that there are some areas of interest here. And this could be area of interest here too. So yeah, I that's when it comes to targets, price could I could see price coming above mainly here. I'm not really too concerned about this area. I'm more concerned about this area because there was a large buy, people in the market buying here and then selling here. If you take into account like the size, that's 5,300 points. So there is more buyers. Whoever is in the market buying here is I'd rather go where people have more the people who move the markets recently around this area, they're mainly here versus here. You can see they started buying here to here, and that was about a 5,300 point move. But from here to here, it's about a 46 hundred point move, which is about an 800 point difference, somewhere around there. So I don't think, actually, yeah, yeah, I don't think, that's over. Yeah, that's over 1,000 points. That's probably like 1,300 points. It's about a 1,300 point difference, something like that. But yeah, I don't want to disregard it though. Like, let's look at the 30 minute. Yeah, it's just not clean. This has already been filled in. Like, look at the 30 minute. This has already been filled in. This is just nah. This looks like it's just waiting to get wiped out. So I'd much rather. That's why I have a price alert sitting there, because there's the people who move the markets. They bought here, sold off, did another buy, sold off. But overall, I think this here is just there's liquidity just sitting there, and whatnot. And overall, I just think the direction. Look, this is a look at the daily buy candle. The daily buy candle before the sell. Daily buy candle is two candles that still have are not even the size of this one. So I think whoever sold one of the markets moved down, who bought and then sold the market, I think they want price to come back here. And whoever is influencing price right now to hedging the market to follow up with the people that are in the market here, they're gonna want to sell it in this area. So this is my area of interest for Nasdaq. I don't know. Price could find its way up there this week, maybe next week. Same for US 30. My US 30 looks pretty similar too, obviously. I'm waiting for price to come into around this area and key levels. There's a key level. So yeah, that's my take on these. Gold. Gold is bullish weekly, daily's bullish. The daily low is all the way. I'd probably say here's the daily low. Yeah, that's the daily low. This is the daily high on gold. 4 hour is this was the previous low. This high, low, high, broke structure, retest, sell. So yeah, that's my take on gold, UK 100. I'm waiting for a 4 hour shift on the 4 hour for us to get a confirmation in order to sell. Um, weekly is bullish, daily is bearish, as you can see, low, high, and then it just created a low. This is a higher low, this is a higher high, and this is just a brand new low. Retest, sell off, Euro USD. I'm not really too invested into this trade, but as you can see, weekly is bullish, daily is somewhat bearish, 4 hour is also bearish. You can see 4 hour is mm, price never closed here. Price never closed underneath this wick, which means that the 4 hour high is here. This is the 4 hour high. So price could come up into here and we could take the short. That's a 1 to 5, 1 to 6. Hopefully we get a 1 to 6 from this trade. If not, and it gives me a bad entry, then I might take price to this area of interest or imbalance here on the 4 hour. But yeah, ultimately here, if not here, TP1, TP2. So Euro USD, GBP USD is pretty similar. Whichever one gives me the best risk to reward, I will enter. The daily is the daily is a low and then the high. 4 hour, you can see 4 hour has shifted from being bullish. So this was a low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Retest, TP, low. GBP, JPY. Uh, weekly is weekly is bearish, daily is bullish. And then if we look at the 4 hour, 4 hour is 4 hours bullish. You can see this is 4 hours newer high. So this is a higher high, higher low, higher high. Price starts to create this internal liquidity. And then we should get some confirmation here to push price up and create a new high, taking out this high right here. Next, NZD CAD is the last pair that I'm going to show you guys. This is the last pair that's on my list. This is the only list that I'm gonna currently trade from. I'm not gonna add anything else. Um, weekly is bullish. Weekly is definitely bullish. Daily is definitely bullish. As you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, waiting for confirmation, take price up. And the risk to reward on this is 6, 1 to 6. So I don't know, this could be a day trade, could be a swing trade. I'm really in between at this point, between day trade and swing trade because, sitting in front of the charts all day, not, it's not enticing. It's not something you really want to do, just sit in front of the computer. Not sitting in front of the computer all day, obviously, but just the adrenaline rush. I'm kind of over the whole adrenaline rush when getting into a trade for, about an hour to be in and out or 2 hours to be just in and out. I like, when I was doing sports and stuff like that, the adrenaline rush that I was getting is pretty similar to those types of adrenaline rushes that I would get. So I'm really thinking about how I feel, also learning how I feel before I press buy or before I press sell. Um, or yeah. And when you start understanding yourself, learning yourself, you start to understand the personality, your personality, what type of person you are, which can tie into what type of trader you are. So I think trading on these time frames that I'm trading on are pretty um helpful for my psychology, pretty easy to learn. Um and the risk to reward that you can find on these risk to rewards, let alone like that doesn't even include if you were to put your stop loss in profit, have like a what is it called? I can't even remember what you call it, but it's like when you put your I don't know if it's like a running stop loss or something like that. Move your stop loss in profit or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's times where I've done that and then, capitalize more than what I was. So instead of like a 1 to 5, I profit maybe a 1 to 6, 1 to 7. You could even, there's people that do even more, especially when swing trading on higher time frames. So you can't really do that. It's not that reliable if you're trading on the shorter time frames, but that's the great thing about it when trading on higher time frames is you can let your trade play out. So keep that in mind. Maybe trading on a higher time frame could be for you. It's not for everybody. Some people like to just be, quick money in and out of the markets. I'd rather allow the market to do what it wants to on the lower time frames and then, place your trade if it gets to your price or area of interest. And if it shows you some signs of confirmation. Enter, do what you want for the rest of the day, and if it hits your stop loss, it hits your stop loss. If it hits your take profit, it hits your take profit. And in the meantime, while you're doing other stuff, or running other businesses like I have, then you can, just in the meantime, even just wait until other prices in the market other alerts get hit because, you don't have to just be in one trade. You can be in, other trades as long as it makes sense. The risk to reward is there, then why not? But yeah, that is pretty much uh that's pretty much my confirmations. And I use the EMA, the 50 EMA, on like the daily, 4 hour, weekly, nothing under that. Just kind of for some semi confirmation, gives me a little bit more conviction into taking the trade, but it's not that important. I mean, I can trade without it, just strictly based off of price action. And I hope this was a helpful video for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.